All right, so welcome to the first day. And on today's video, we're going to talk about what is trading versus investing. So let me go ahead and pull that because I already wrote everything. So, what is trading versus investing? All right. Many people hear the word trading and investing and they think they're the same thing, but they're two completely different mindsets or skill sets or financial vehicles. They both aim to grow wealth, but how they do it and what kind of person they require you to be is what separates a trader from an investor. And today we're going to go ahead and demystify all of this and explain what the difference between the two is. And as you can see here, I am considered to be a trader and why it is so. So, what is investing? Investing is the act of buying an asset with the intention of holding it for years, sometimes decades, and that is with the goal to have a long-term growth. So you're not really focused on short-term fluctuations, short-term news. You're just betting on the long-term rise of the asset's value. All right. So the common traits of investing are that these are long-term investments. They often take years to decades in order to, let's say, close a position or see the profits or loss of the decision you made. And the strategy really used by this is mostly going to be what you call buy and hold or dollar cost averaging. For example, someone investing $1,000 every single month into the S&P, so they keep buying it for 20 years, regardless of the price, regardless of the news, will likely see some strong growth over the years, over time due to compounding and the market's appreciation. But I did mention over 20 years. And oftentimes people do that for stocks. We know that some people invested in Amazon since its very beginning and are now millionaires, right? Some people do this with ETFs, index funds, such as S&P. And, you also know about real estate, right? You buy a house and you sell it or rent it for a high price, and you know that this house goes up in value. And the thing with that is that obviously this is a lower short term risk for the investors, but it can also lose value. The asset can also lose value if the market crashes, right? And the ultimate goal for most of these people, for most investors, is to have what's called retirement wealth, or passive income, or capital appreciation. So most of them really only benefit from these types of investments when they're retired or much later in their life, if not for the future generations, right? And now, what is trading and why did I go ahead and choose trading? Now, trading, on the other hand, is the act of buying and selling a financial instrument. So I'm talking about futures, stocks, forex, or even over shorter time frames. So sometimes within minutes or hours, my position will have reached the profit amount that I desired, right? And sometimes at most it could take a few days for some type of traders. So this type of trading is this type of investment in a way, even though it's called trading, is a very short term. So like I said, it could take minutes to days, and it's mostly based off of technical analysis. We look for patterns, we look at price action, we pay very much attention to news, political decisions, and most the tools that are in play here for trading, like I said, are futures, forex, options, CFDs. We have crypto, and this kind of investment is has a much higher risk. It is much faster, but it can also be controlled through risk management, which we'll talk about eventually in one of the videos. Now, the reason for which I choose to trade and why I believe most traders the most valid reason why people choose to be traders, sorry, is because they can use the money that they make as active income. Oftentimes you will hear about people replacing their 9 to 5 jobs, and it's also highly focused on short term profits. Now, short-term profits does not exclude the fact that you could be doing for multiple years and in turn gain a substantial amount of capital. Now, the reason why I chose trading was because of that exact reason. I needed some short-term profits for multiple personal reasons, and I found myself to enjoy it more because it's just like video games. You have to pay attention to price action. There's different reasons as to why a market moves in a certain way, and it's constantly thrilling to try to go ahead and understand, if not guess, in which direction the market is going to go and figure out if my position was right or wrong. I don't have the patience to wait 10 to 20 years to find out if I was wrong about something or not, right? Obviously, in the long run, I would look more into investing once I have enough capital because we do still want to appreciate life, fly all over the world, but trading still gives me that ability just because it does not take that much time in my day anymore. But anyways, so the key differences between trading and investing are between the time frame, the skill level, the risk profile, also the emotions involved. When you invest instead of trading, when you invest, you're much more patient. You're a much more patient person. You're willing to wait for a couple of years before seeing your trade play out. While you trade, you have to be disciplined. You have to be fast paced. You have to be quick thinking, which is what I thrive to be and what I actually enjoy to be. I like fast paced environments. And the decision basis of investing is more so with fundamentals, there are trends, while trading is more so with price action and technical analysis, right? So I decided to trade futures, specifically S&P 500. I used to trade gold actually on Forex, but I changed to S&P 500. And the reason why I trade futures is because of what's called liquidity. So the S&P 500 is one of the most liquid markets in the world, meaning that it moves really, really fast within a day, which in terms means I can make a lot of money within a single day. On the downside, it also means that I could lose a lot of money in a single day. But all in all, this comes with experience, and obviously, throughout this 30-day challenge, you will learn how I trade and potentially how to be a profitable trader, right? The other reason why I trade futures is because of leverage. So I can trade with a smaller capital, and I can control a large position size. Of course, that comes with discipline and skill that you would gain over time, right? Uh, it's perfect for me as a short-term trader, as I mentioned. There are clear opportunities in the New York sessions, which I'll talk about, but you've probably heard of it. The New York session, which starts at 9:30, it's also the opening of the stock market and whatnot. So it's a really nice market and environment to trade in, right? And in essence, I'm not waiting for 5 years for my capital to grow. I'm looking for precision setups that let me grow capital consistently day after day, right? So now you might be wondering which one is better and why. So which one should I choose? And this is also going to be a decision for you to make uh, uh, whether you want to keep watching these challenge videos, because if you're not interested in trading, I do believe that at some point you're not going to see any value in these kind of videos because what I teach is mostly about, if not everything I teach is about trading. But nonetheless, which one is better? The honest and true answer to this question is that neither is better. They just suit different people. If you're patient, if you want to invest in your retirement, if you want to invest for your kids, and you don't want to watch the charts, investing is for you. If you don't want to be on the computer every single day, even if it's just for 1 or 2 hours a day, it's completely understandable. But I do believe that trading is not for you because you would be more so interested to look for a long term investment. Now, if you enjoy to analyze price, thinking fast, if you want to generate income actively, trading might be your calling. All right. Now, Trading is not for everyone. I will keep it above. Trading is not for everyone. If you're too emotional, if you're too scared, of course this is something you can work on. But if this is really, if you're losing more money than you're making at a certain point after a couple of months, if not a year, maybe it's not for you, and it's totally fine. Not everything is designed to be for everyone, right? We all have different passions and occupations, which is how God created us. But again, if you are interested into this, just give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. If you're young, you have all life ahead of you. And if you're old as well, you had all your life to experience different things. And maybe today is going to be the start of your trading journey. So, the only thing I want to mention here is what the Bible says about it all, right? If we read Proverbs 21:5, whether you trade or invest, both are tools to steward resources wisely. Trading in particular requires diligence, self-control, and humility. A lot of humility. I've been through it. I've been making a lot of money through trading, and humility was something that I really had to learn. Okay, when you start making $5,000, $10,000 a week, you have to stay humble. Don't think too much. Don't be too inflated with ego when you're around people. All right. It says in Proverbs 21:5 that the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. All right. And trading will teach that. It will teach you that. And this is one of the reasons why I stick to trading, because some of the principles that the Lord give us can be applied while we trade. And there are also life lessons. All right? So, the assignment that I give to you before tomorrow, which we're going to have a second video, is I want you to ask yourself, are you wired more for investing, or are you more wired for trading? So now I want you to write 3 reasons you want to trade. If you want to trade, I want you to write 3 reasons why you want to learn how to trade. And I also want you to watch the S&P 500 chart for 15 minutes. Do you see any patterns, any repetition while you look at the chart? All right? So, thank you guys for watching this first video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. In tomorrow's video, we are going to go ahead and talk about how the market works. So we're going to talk about liquidity. We're going to talk about volatility, the different time frames, what brokers are, futures, forex, stocks, the difference between all of these. And yeah, so you guys stay blessed and healthy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.